Welcome to the weekly shir of the Zera Shimshon, and I guess you know who I am. And it's Yud Beis Iyar, the month of Refuah. Like it says, the Moshe Tevis Ani Hashem Roifecha. So we're going to talk about this week's parsha in the Har Sinai. And there's a wonderful little piece here that I'd like to share with everybody. It says in Baba Kama, in the last, Baba Basra, it says, the first parak in Baba Basra. So what does it say in Mishlei? It says, a pasuk in Mishlei, Malvei Hashem Avaya, Ochoinin Dal, who is generous, he who is generous to the poor, makes a loan to Hashem. The Gamaloi, Gemulai, Yishalem Loi, and he will repay him his due. In other words, Hashem will repay him. So what's this going on here? So Rabbi Yochanan, Omar Rabbi Yochanan, Dilmali Mikra Kaso V'Yafshir La'imrei. If it wouldn't be for this pasuk, wouldn't be able to say this, because it says as Kavayachal, Eved Loive Leishmalva, another pasuk in Tehillim. Eved Loive, a person, the borrower is a slave to the man who borrowed the money from him. It should have said backwards. It said the one that shows favor to the poor person is take a loan from Hashem. So why does it say the other way, that Hashem is the lender? Okay. Why does it say in the Gemara there? What does it say in Mishlei? It says, Roidev tzedakah v'chesed yimtzah chayim, mishum de roidev tzedakah yimtzah tzedakah. So, the one who's running after doing tzedakah and chesed will find life. So then it says afterwards, he'll find tzedakah. What do you mean he'll find tzedakah? He's the one that's doing the tzedakah. Anybody who chases after doing mitzvahs of tzedakah, so God will give him the money to do what he needs to do. That's why the pasuk is exact when it says that Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the HaKadosh Baruch Hu lends anybody that shows favoritism or gives tzedakah to the poor person. He gives him the money that in order for him to do his mitzvahs. So he'll be able to show favoritism to the poor person. Even though God gives you the money, but he'll pay him off. He'll give him reward for that. Retribution is good. Mashma nami hadrasha now. The kavayocha eved loiv. Still no, it's understood that the person is a slave. The person that took the loan is a slave to the person that gave the money. Okay? Wow. The fi pshutam shel dvarim kasha. But according to the simple words, it's difficult. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives so much reward to the person that does tzedakah. And for a person that does, makes a lot of expenses on doing other mitzvahs. Right? We just had this Gemara in the Daf Yomi that you have to give a shlish for a special mitzvah. So when there's a machlek, is exactly what does it mean? A shlish more than everything, or whatever. You're going to read the Gemara there. I'm reading the Midrash. We say in the Midrash that it says in Vayikra Rabbah Lamed, Mischar lekicha atoloma tzchar lekicha. From the word of lekicha, it says that by Lulav and Esrog, it says, L'kachtem lochem, b'yom rishon, right? And you should take for yourself. In other words, purchase for yourself a good Lulav and Esrog. The Maseches Yom Tov in Beitzah says, Kol mezaynosav shel adam ketzuvim loi mi Rosh Hashanah le Rosh Hashanah chutz mi haitzah Shabbos asas Yom Tovim. Right, so it's banav the Talmud Torah. Okay, so all person's needs, we'll call it. Okay, so mazonis is specifically food, but it includes everything. The person is exactly decreed from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah. What he's going to get is that he can't have more, can't have less, except for Shabbos, spending on Shabbos and Yom Tov, and spending money on having kids go learn Torah. Because all expenses that are surrounding learning Torah. I hope that includes carpool. Okay, because if he increases, they may give him more. I mean, in the Nikra Kavayacha over here, Hashem is called the Loive. Yadano Shakadosh Baruch Sharmar Mitzvah is Techila Kaidim Shenitnam LeYisrael. It's known, we know that God kept the mitzvahs in reserve in the heaven before He gave them to the Jewish people. He had them in Shemayim. So he's asking a good question. So how could He add on to something for the Jewish people? It's ribbis. He can only pay a certain amount. If you get paid back more than what you gave, then it's ribbis. It says in Yud Zayin there, Talmidei Chachamim mutarim lehalvei sel ezever ribbis. Okay, it says interesting, shocking thing. Ribbis is Isser D'Oraisa D'Rabbanan. So how can it's permitted for Talmidei Chachamim to loan one another and borrow from one another ribbis? They know it's usher. What's the heter? They know it's usher, so it's usher. Finish. They know doing gazela is usher also. It's not permitted to steal. And they give it back in a free gift. But that's only a little bit. It's only like a little tip that the person would normally give. But that to give them a large amount back, and it looks like ribbis, it's shmekt is ribbis, and it is ribbis. Okay, so that's not permitted. So I don't know what a small amount would be. A penny, 10 cents, I don't know. You have to ask your local paisik. So somebody who does tzedakah for the ani and spends a lot of money on the mitzvahs, at least a third more, who he's giving it as a present, right? We say, so it's like slaves that are serving, like the Mishnah says in Pirkei Avos, they're doing it not on the condition to receive reward. So it's permitted for him to take a little bit back extra. So even what he gives him is a little bit. So you only get to have the fruits in this world, as the first Mishnah in Peah said. Peah said by Elazar, because one little second in the world to come is better than the Mikol Chay Olam Hazeh, from the entire world, everybody in the world having pleasure, billions of people having pleasure. It's not even comparable. And this permission to give ribbis is also only by foodstuffs. Shekasav HaShulchan Aruch Sham. Afilu hachi loy huter b'katzas betchila. And it's not permitted if he did it with intention, like he made up with him in the beginning, that's called ribbitz katsutza. That's an Isa D'Oraisa. So you can't make up for them in the beginning. I'm going to give you back extra. Over here it says the words of achila. The person, it's used in the Mishnah there, that these are the things the person eats from, the fruits that he eats in this world. And it's not intentionally, he's not exacting how much he's going to give him back. Don't be like slaves or people that are going to serve the Rav in order to receive something. But for the future world, right, the world to come, Yochel lekabel kol ma sheroitz, so he can accept anything that he wants. The hayoim la'asoisem o machar lekabel tzcharim. Says the Gemara says today is doing. Tomorrow you get mara. Tomorrow means after the death. In the world to come, you're going to get paid. The kibbutz shemeis adam la'aseh chavshiv in mitzvahs. So a person's died. Once he dies, he's not allowed to do mitzvahs anymore. So he's got to do everything he possibly can in this world to get that reward in the world to come. So it's a little hard not to say, well, we're not going to do this for the payment in the world to come. Well, everybody wants to get olam haba. Who doesn't? You're going to ask somebody, do you want olam haba? I mean, there's stories about that. People with big tzaddikim gave up their world to come. Believe me, I don't think that actually happened. So when they got there, they said, "You get this and that also." But we have to have the intention that we're not doing this for ulterior motives. That's the basic one. Okay, and we're not doing it. So I'm not going to do. I couldn't find a decent segula story to share with everybody. But here's the deal: Motzei Shabbos and Sunday, Mitzvah Shem Yud Daled Iyar, is beginning the yahrzeit of Rav Meir Baal HaNes. So everybody knows, this is Davar Yadua, that I think all sectors of Klal Yisrael have probably at one time or another given tzedakah to Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, especially if you lose something and then you want to give, say, Omer Rabbi Binyamin. My family knows that it works very, very well. I don't know why we're always losing things, but okay. But anyway, and then you give it a little tzedakah to Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, and then that says, Elokad Rabbi Meir Anenu. Okay, so I suggest, in order to light a candle for Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes, Motzei Shabbos, and also to give some tzedakah. So whatever you're capable of doing. And then pray for whatever Yeshuas you need, because a lot of Yeshuas happen because of people giving tzedakah to Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes. So I wish everyone a good Shabbos, and all your requests and for refuah and parnasa and other Yeshuas should come true as Hashem. Poil Talos kids. Kol Tov.